Alexandra.
Good morning, everybody. I'm very excited and very happy to be here with you today. So we're going to have around 2 hours of really, really interesting information. And I know some of you are already working with this beautiful Dermocosmetics, the Diego de la Palma Professional, but maybe some of you are just joining us to see what's new in the market and how you may bring something new to your cabin. So I hope this is going to be something extremely interesting. Thank you so much, Christina, for your lovely introduction. I feel honored. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, ladies, you've been muted. If you have any questions, we will leave that for the end where you can type in your little chat and we will try to address any questions at the end of the seminar.
Absolutely. This meeting is also recorded. So if you do not want to have your face in the video, you can just leave your camera off as it is already right now. And I really hope to have your feedback at the end, so you can type your questions, as Christina was saying, and especially those of you who are maybe already working with this brand. I'm sure you have maybe some questions. Anyways, for those of you who are brand new to this wonderful Dermocosmetics, Christina has already explained they are the official and only distributors of this Italian brand, which I'm going to now introduce. And I would really love to give you some insights about this brand. First of all, we are talking about a huge history, a huge heritage. RVB Lab, that was the initial name of this cosmetic brand, was born over 60 years ago in Italy. So we're talking about a long time ago. And here we have a team of doctors in cosmetic science that are really night and day and night, working on creating this very highly effective dermocosmetic. Also very, very safe in terms of usage, as we're going to see today, because obviously this is the new direction of the market, and it has been a while now that we are really looking for cutting-edge formulation that are highly effective, but also very safe on the skin. Of course, if you think about it, we have plenty of cosmetics on the market, professional brands that we can use. So what makes Diego de la Palma Professional to be different than the traditional cosmetics? First of all, when we refer to our brand, we talk about, as I have already mentioned, the fact that these are dermocosmetics, and I'm going to keep enhancing this throughout the presentation today, because basically this is a cosmetic product where you meet both you address a health problem of the skin, both together with the beauty. So it is something more than a traditional cosmetic. Here we are talking about the medical skincare that is formulated to restore skin health. And this is due to the fact that it has an in-depth action. So as we're going to see later on about the range we're going to discuss today, it has certain active ingredients or carriers that allows us to have a maximum penetration and absorption of the active ingredients. And that's something extremely important. Of course, you have to have the backup of clinical testing. So for every single line that we produce and every single product, there are months and years of clinical testing in order for us to prove the efficacy, how efficiency is the cosmetic product. Of course, also the manufacturing standards that we have in our laboratories, in our factory, are the ones that are also required for pharmaceutical grade. So in terms of active ingredients, in terms of the whole manufacturing process, we have, as you see, also all these ISO certificates that are not quite easy to obtain, and that ensures us, and of course you that are using the products, the fact that the quality of the product is the same as you have in a pharmaceutical industry. We take very much pride in this, and we are very happy to deliver to our clients, to our patients, the best possible cosmetics. So if I were to summarize the strengths of our brand, of course, there are many. I can talk about it many days, but for sure, what makes us very reliable is our professional expertise. We're talking about over 60 years of experience. And as you're going to see, not only in Italy, but all over the world. So we have special feedback from all of our distributors around the world with different types of type of skin of customers, and of course we're talking about the environment. Somewhere can be very hot, somewhere can be very cold, and so on and so forth. So we take into consideration all of these factors throughout our experience, again, to formulate products that really are products that can work everywhere in the world. We have this medical skincare approach that is very important. And as I was saying today, more than ever, it's extremely important to come before our final customers with this approach, because it's something they're really looking for every single day. We are having this approach of beauty inside and out, because of course I can really take care of beauty imperfection on the surface of the skin. But if I don't treat the cause, of course, it's going to come back. So we have this inside out healthy skin approach to our products. Of course, we have also clean cosmetic with sustainable formulation, and we really, as you're going to see later, we are really taking care of this specific detail that is actually one very important in terms of protecting our planet, in not testing on animals and so on, because we really care about all these very important issues that today more than ever are very important for all of us. As I was saying, we have proven results. So every single claim that we have is backed up with efficacy test. And of course, we are also talking about dermatologically tested products, so they are safe for all skins. Today, we're going to talk about quite a strong line, one of our most important and strong lines that we're working on the skin, with amazing result, but that has a very safe approach to the skin. So this is something I really like about the products, and also all of our customers really makes them fall in love with the brand. It's a made in Italy brand, and we are extremely proud of it. So this is something we really emphasize. Products made in Italy follows the very strict manufacturing guidelines. All of our European laws are obviously here really respected to guarantee safety first. And as I was saying earlier, we have an international presence, obviously. We are now talking from Italy to Canada, and we are present in over 54 countries around the world. That gives us, as I was saying, global approach to all our formulation and to all of our approach in our cosmetic products. The efficiency tests are done not in our laboratories, of course, but we have a special laboratory that we are working with. These are instrumental measurements, not self-assessment. So it's not that just somebody's just applying a cream and saying, wow, it's really effective, but we're talking about very accurate and very cutting edge technologies used to measure in a very precise way the different, let's say, beauty imperfection or different actions that we are targeting with our products. So here we can talk about the hydration of the skin, the brightness. So we can talk about the wrinkles. So once you apply an anti-wrinkle product, we have special ways of measuring how that wrinkle has improved in depth and width, and so on and so forth. And for us, this type of efficacy tests are very, very important in order to prove that the products work and that they can deliver the best result. I was saying earlier a little bit the fact that we take pride in using really cutting edge ingredients, and also right delivery system of these wonderful active ingredients, because you can have the best active ingredient in the world, but if it doesn't reach the place in the skin where you need it to work, then of course it really doesn't make any sense. So again, we are also really always on top of this, and our laboratory and our wonderful doctors working with us are always looking around the world for the best carriers in order to deliver our wonderful active ingredients at the very source of the problem inside of the skin. Today, you're going to learn more about it, and you're really going to understand what I'm talking about. As I was saying, we're not testing on animals, and this is just one point of the eco-friendly and our philosophy of really taking care of this aspect as well. Of course, as we're going to see later on, we really make our products very safe and to be used even in combination with quite aggressive treatments like laser treatments or cosmetic surgery. And this is something we can evaluate for each line, obviously at the right moment. Clean cosmetic, meaning healthy cells, healthy skin. So we really are using in our dermocosmetics only pure concentrated active ingredients, like I said, with special carriers. Why? Because we really want to go to the heart of the problem in each cell and really have a strong effect, but with a safe approach in our professional treatment. When we're talking about green chemistry cosmetics, there are plenty of things to say, but I know that many of you, and not only you, but your final customers are asking for this type of qualities, let's say, in your cosmetic products. So we are very proud of saying we have this green chemistry approach. So there are no ingredients that will cause irritation to the skin. We have no parabens, no paraffin, mineral oils, alcohol, and so on and so forth. So we have a very clean formulation that will allow you always to be very safe in your approach. This is something we take pride in. In 2013, we have joined Responsible Care. That is a world program for chemical industry aimed to promote sustainable development. In July 2017, our company has received the EcoCert certification. So this is another strong point for us. Our cosmetic production uses solar energy, water recirculation. Obviously, we have, in terms of packaging, the FSC certificate paper. So we are really trying to take care of our planet. We only have one, and to deliver to you the best products for your business. And one last thing that I believe is quite important, especially this is the esthetician in me talking right now, is the fact that the Diego de la Palma Professional brand has exclusive massages techniques. So for almost every range, we have developed with some of our collaborators here in Italy, and not only, special techniques of massage that will improve the efficiency of your professional treatment that you can learn. And Christina, I'm sure she will be more than happy to explain even more and help you with these techniques of massage. We also have lots of materials. We have videos of these massages that will be an added value to your wonderful work that you are already doing in your professional cabin. Diego de la Palma Professional has a method around everything that it does. So it's quite easy to understand the brand and implement it into your institute. We have a targeted action on the heart of the skin. So basically, we are giving this perfect mix of nutritional supplements to the skin in order to make every single cell healthy again, working properly and doing its job in the best way possible. And we are able to do that because we are, as I was saying earlier, have this approach of inside out. So let's look at the problem first, why we have this beauty imperfection. They are due to all of these internal imbalances at a biological level. So we have an approach of having balanced, healthy cells that otherwise are going to help us have a more healthier, younger looking skin. So the method that we are using has 3 important steps. The first one is to detoxify the skin cells. So we have a special active ingredient in some of our products that is doing exactly this, and is the first step that we are taking when having a new patient. So the first thing we are doing is cleansing the cells of all toxins. Once we're done with that, we're going to come to step number 2, that is to stimulate the cell activity. So imagine that in our skin, we have different cells with different roles. They have different jobs that they have to do in our skin. Once we cleanse them of toxins, we make sure that every single cell that has its own purpose in our skin starts working properly and doing its job accordingly to its instruction that they are supposed to do. So with special active ingredients and special complexes, some of them we're going to see today, like Revivil and Royaltin Epipeptide or 51+3 Hyalu complex. With these special ingredients, we give this boost of every single cell to make them work properly and to have this overall skin biorevitalization. And of course, number 3, that is also very important, once we make sure every single cell has this boost, has this great start again in our skin, we are making sure to rebalance all the cellular communication, because of course, our cells in our skin are not just staying there all by themselves. It's a huge network of cells that are very much interconnected, and they depend one on each other to function properly. So the communication between cells in our skin is extremely important. Therefore, with this special ingredient that we take very much pride in, that is 51+3 Hyalu complex, we are doing exactly this. We are improving the cellular communication in our skin, having a balanced, healthier skin throughout the whole year. Of course, afterwards, we're going to do a specific action. So targeted treatments for all skin types, all ages, that are going to work on exactly the specific needs that at the end of the day, the patient has come to our beauty salon. So for this, we have prepared special cocktails of super concentrated active ingredients with this biomimetic approach that I'm just going to explain to you quickly right now, because it's something that is really, really amazing. And that basically rebalances everything in the skin and goes to the root cause of every beauty imperfection. I was saying about the biomimetic peptides and biomimetic approach, because actually cosmeceuticals or dermatocosmetics, this is another strong characteristic of this type of product, is the fact that they work at a cellular level with special carriers, special active ingredients that imitate in a perfect way the natural mechanism inside of our skin. Basically, a biomimetic ingredient is an ingredient that will be recognized by the skin as its own, and it's going to work exactly identically as the natural metabolism of the skin. Therefore, it's going to be more efficient, it's going to be quicker integrated in the natural metabolism of the skin. and it's going to give you results much faster than a normal ingredient or normal cosmetic product. And with this being said, this is the last thing that I'm going to explain to you, let's say in a more general way about the Diego de la Palma Professional brand. As I was saying, we have a method, and it's quite easy and very intuitive and very easy to apply in your beauty institute, because we always start, you see this wonderful circle or circles, because they are more than one. We always start from the center. We have the cleansing, the detoxifying, that is extremely important before applying anything else to the skin. And then we go to the outside layer, and we improve the communication of the cells in between them. Okay, so making the skin work much better. And then we go to the specific problem that, like, as I was saying today, depending on the beauty imperfection that we are treating, either that we are talking about purifying or moisturizing or more anti-aging treatment. So we have a specific product and a range of products for every single beauty imperfection that our clients might have when they are coming to our beauty institute. So very easy to use and quite, let's say, easy to sell to our customers, because it's going to be quick steps towards the wanted results that they are striving to get. Okay, hopefully that was a clear introduction about the brand. As I was saying, there are so many things to say about Diego de la Palma. Think about 60 years of history, so I could be here all day long telling you about the wonderful things we have created over the years. We are not hiding, so with a simple Google search, you can find out more about the brand. I can tell you something that really impressed me was the fact that this is a brand that is a pioneer in many, many aspects. So we were the first in many things to bring to the cosmetic industry certain ingredients and certain carriers, certain approach. And we take very, very much pride in that. And with this being said, we have also a strong approach in terms of regenerating the skin and taking care of multiple beauty imperfection just with one treatment. Are you curious about it? Well, let me tell you more. Today, we are learning more about the Resurface 2 line. It's a new era of skin renewal treatments, and it's called Resurface 2 because it has a double action with a double efficacy. And let me tell you more about it. Isn't it true that in the recent years, we have this, I would say, not tendency, it has become also almost mandatory to have a perfect complexion, a perfect look, right? It's more and more popular, and we have the social media to thank for this. Because of the social media that is now everywhere, there is this growing search for the artificial beauty. When I say artificial beauty, why? Because basically I take a picture of myself, I just use a filter, I edit the photo in 1 second, and then I can go from a more normal looking skin to this flawless skin with absolutely no imperfection, no wrinkles, no differences in color. So absolutely perfect skin. That obviously it's a very high standard, I would say almost impossible to achieve. The problem with this trend that we have now for so many days and so many years is that actually a beauty filter in my phone is not a real solution. It's just a trick, because obviously after I post this picture of myself perfect, then I'm gonna meet my friends that I have on social media in real life, and there's gonna be a very big difference in between the way I was looking in that picture and the way I look in reality. So obviously we would all like to have a more perfect skin as we do just by pressing a button in our phone apps, and that will give us this wonderful filter with a perfect skin. How can we make this desire come true? Well, what are the main problems that we encounter since we have a very young age till, of course, when we are we have a more mature skin? If we're talking about young age, of course, you have a lot of pimples, so you're going to have discoloration, and you're going to have some acne scars. So in a younger age, of course, you are having all of these skin problems. And if that was not enough, as you are passing those difficult years and you get rid of these problems, as you get a more mature skin, you have new problems to take care of. So you're going to have wrinkles, you're going to have spots from sun, from age, and again, an uneven complexion. You're going to just feel that your skin is regenerating much slower. It has a more dull complexion. It gets more rough when you touch it. So of course, there are multiple problems that get in the way of our perfect skin, let's say that. How can we work on all of these imperfections? Because as you can see already, I'm talking about many types of imperfection. Well, first of all, let's define what is a flawless skin, but in a realistic way. So when we're talking from a aesthetical point of view of a flawless skin, we're talking about a skin that has a fine texture, so it's not going to have large pores, it's not going to have imperfection, it's going to look radiant, okay, so it's not going to have a very dull complexion. You're going to have wrinkles very fine, almost invisible, let's say, to the naked eye, no scars, no spots, quite clear. And at the end, healthy looking skin. Now, I'm going to ask you, who of us doesn't want to have all these characteristics to our skin? I'm sure all of us and all of our customers. And the response of Diego Dalla Palma Professional to have this flawless skin is exactly this wonderful line that is doing many things all at once. Resurface 2, skin rebirth for a new skin completely renewed. As I was saying earlier, it's a new era of skin renewal treatments because we are taking advantage of this blend of acids as well as very highly concentrated active ingredients, for instance, a Revivil that we're going to learn in a couple of minutes. All of these who are going to have all those actions I was just mentioning earlier. So we're going to have visibly reduced wrinkles. We're going to have strongly improvement in acne scars, in this uneven complexion, while respecting the delicate skin balance throughout the skin, in all of the layers of the skin, but including one of my favorite subjects that I'm really studying closely in my medical studies, and that is the microbiome flora. And I'm going to come back to this because actually this is something quite different and special about this line compared to other lines which are also using acids, because using acids in order to treat all these beauty imperfections is not something new. But the approach that Diego Dalla Palma Professional has with this specific line is very innovative, very new, very effective, but also very healthy for the skin. So stay with me and we're going to learn more about it. Obviously, we have proven results for this line. So I was mentioning earlier that we are collaborating with this institute. So it's not us saying that the products work, okay? We are working with this University of Studies in Naples, Federico II, and they are a dermatological excellence center where they have all of these specific instruments, and they are doing this for many years. They are performing this clinical test. So in collaboration with them, we just provide them the product. We have a clinical test showing the efficiency of the products. And I'm sure that is a very important point for many of you, because we really want to know that the products that we are using, as I was saying, they are safe and efficient. Okay, as I was saying, all of us, we have heard about acids. So when we talk about acids, we immediately think about peeling. Peeling implies efficiency on one side. So you know that by using a peeling, you're really going to peel the skin, but you also have some concerns. So probably you have been using in the past certain peelings that, okay, on one side they were exfoliating the skin, but on the other you had many reaction of the skin and many reaction that you really didn't want to have in your patients. I'm sure I don't need to explain what is a peeling. Basically, when we talk about peeling, we talk about exfoliation. And of course, we can have mechanical exfoliation, we can have enzymatical one, but the most efficient type of exfoliation is through a chemical peeling. Chemical peeling that uses basically these chemical agents on the surface of the skin that will cause selective and predictable damage to the skin through this exfoliation that you are going to have as a result, followed by a very rapid, so you're going to push the skin to renew itself. So you're going to have this targeted renewal of the epidermal and dermal layers. So you have basically in one action, on one hand, you're going to renew the skin because you're going to take off all the dead cells. On the other, you're going to push the skin to produce new ones that are going to be much more healthier, and that they are going to basically follow their function much more properly than the other ones were doing it. Peelings, when we're talking about cosmetic treatments, obviously are a very important tool in a cosmetician, esthetician's hands against the most evident skin imperfections that we were mentioning earlier. But the problem is that all of these peeling have a very intense, deep action. I'm sure you're gonna probably wonder later, and I'm gonna share with you what are the percentages of the peelings, what are the pH of them. So we really want to have very effective peelings. But keep in mind that more aggressive is a peeling, more is going to compromise the skin barrier and its microbiome. Now, the skin barrier basically is due to these cells that make up our epiderm and the very top of our first layer in the skin. And they are very important because they are the first defense in protecting our skin from everything that can our skin comes in contact every single day. Once this barrier of the skin is compromised, that can be throughout a strong peeling, obviously the skin is going to be subjected much more easier to all pathogen that are fighting against our skin every single day. So in order for our skin to, let's say, get inflammation and redness and sensitivity and so on and so forth, it's much more easier. The second problem is this, as I was saying, something that is really a passion of mine, and that is our microbial flora, our microbiome. This is an important topic because actually in the past years, the scientific community has started to really look into this on the surface of our skin from the moment that we are born, because in our mommy's tummy, there is a sterile environment. But from the moment that we are born, our skin starts to develop its own set that is individual. Every single person has its own characteristic of this microbiome skin flora. And these are basically good bacteria, thousands and millions of them that are specific for each individual. And they change with us and they grow with us as we are aging. and that have a very important, significant role in protecting the protection of our skin. They are the first little soldiers that protect our skin. And we don't have this microbiome only on the surface of the skin. Actually, we have it also inside of our body, in our digestive system, for instance. And I was saying that the scientific community has started really to follow this because it seems to be a very important key to the health of our entire body. Actually, there is an institute in England that is only studying this. It was founded in 2016. And they really believe, and I agree with them, that unlocking the secrets of this microbiome is the right way in healing a lot of pathologies, a lot of diseases. So coming back to the skin, everything that we do to harm the skin flora, our good skin flora, will have a strong negative impact on our skin's health. So on one hand, we get a quick fix, we get a strong exfoliation. On a medium and long term, we'll have side effects that we really don't even know where to begin to start treating. So with this being said, keep it in mind, because peelings are, as I was saying, a very important tool to fight all this skin imperfection. But that doesn't mean all peelings are good to be used. Okay. Who is the peeling for? Well, I think you already got it. No, I can use a chemical peeling for different various blemishes like skin discoloration. So I have an uneven complexion. I have after the effects of a young acne scars, really rough skin texture, or fine lines and wrinkles, enlarged pores, sun-damaged skin, mature skin that needs to be regenerated, needs to be brought back to life and needs a little bit of brightness, or even normal skins that sometimes, maybe when we're having a very stressful period, or who knows, something like that, can have some breakouts and can have this excess oiliness. We can have impure skins with comedones, or, and I think this is quite interesting, to prepare the skin for very strong invasive procedures like microneedling and laser, IPL, radiofrequency. Because all of these procedures obviously target specific action in the skin. But before doing that, I need to get my skin ready, and I need to prepare my skin for this regeneration process that it needs just a little bit of a boost to do it itself. How can we act to fight all of these blemishes? With just one line. So it's going to be quite easy, just by using Resurface 2. We have the perfect calibrated, precise dermal regeneration procedure with certified results, very, very visible and strong results, but without the unpleasant side effects that can be marked inflammatory. You have all that, you know it better than me. No, you have all those side effects that you get from a strong peeling that, of course, nobody wants. Resurface is a new era of skin renewal treatments, and for sure this is the case in this cosmetic range. It harnesses the power of carefully selected blends of concentrated active ingredients, but together with the Revivil that we're going to see, it really has a safe effect on the skin. It reduces wrinkles, acne scars, everything that I just mentioned, while respecting the skin's delicate balance. And I really love this slide. Finally, a peel with no downtime. So meaning I'm not going to have desquamation, I'm not going to have a burning sensation on the skin, no redness, no inflammation. Think about these effects that I'm just mentioning now, that is the burning, very strong tingling effect, redness, inflammation, all of these manifestations in our skin are due to the fact that certain chemical mediators are responding to an aggression that happens in our skin, and they activate themselves and they give all of these unwanted reactions. But in a cosmetic procedure, I do not want basically to tell the skin I'm aggressing it, because then it will go into a defense mode. I'm going to have all of these unwanted effects on the skin, less the one that I really want. So what I want by a strong peeling is to have a smooth, healthier skin. And this is exactly what we're going to do by using the Resurface line. It's effective, it's safe, it's professional. I'm sorry to keep repeating the safe aspect of the line, but I really, really want to emphasize to you the fact that in our days, in 2022, there is no need for us to search for a product that I will apply on the face. Of course, I want to have a really strong effect. Of course, I want to be very, very effective. That goes without saying that I need that effect in my procedure. But in 2022, we no longer speak about products that are harming the skin, that afterwards the client will go up from the bed, stand up, and she will have her skin red, and you have to explain to her, listen, you have to go at home, stay in your home for a couple of days, nobody can see you, you're gonna have your skin peeling off of you for some days, and so on. Nobody wants that, because of course, I don't know about you, but I cannot take a couple of days to stay in my house and have this unpleasant effect. So today, the fact that I'm applying a very effective product on my skin doesn't mean I have to have all these unpleasant effects, redness and itchiness and desquamation and so on. That doesn't mean that the product is effective, because, I mean, just think about it. I can apply a normal acid on my face and I'm going to have this effect, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have also good effects in the skin. So we're talking about really rigorous use, safety, and effectiveness of products in the formulation of Resurface. And we are able to do all of this throughout our special active ingredients. Okay. First of all, I kept saying Revivil, so let's take a close look about this ingredient, because it's the winner of the best new active ingredient at a global cosmetic show in New York, so close to you. And what does this ingredient does in the skin? First of all, on the surface of the skin, it protects my best friends that are this invisible world of good bacteria, the skin's microbiome. With this ingredient, we are preserving the healthy skin, protecting it from external agents, because we are really protecting this world of good bacteria on the surface of our skin. In depth, the same ingredient is going to stimulate the skin's renewal while maintaining the activity of our stem cell. We call them the youth capital. So we are preserving these stem cells. So we just regenerate the skin and have a healthy and very young looking skin. We are using the ingredient to have a rebalanced and deeply regenerated skin. It's an ingredient that is water soluble. It's very safe. It comes from a natural source. I'm just going to show it to you right now. And it basically reactivates the production of a new skin. So new skin cells that are going to work and function properly. Basically answering one of the most common expectations. I want to look, I want to feel better, but in a natural way. The source is this European plant, Orobanche rapum, and it has been scientifically proven that this particular ingredient that is extracted from this plant It has basically this biological action from the lower to the higher layer of this of the epiderm of the skin throughout these in vitro, in vivo studies that is going to, first of all, protect the epidermal stem cells up to plus 171%. So imagine how good this ingredient works on our youth capital of the skin. It has a reactivation of the cellular metabolism up to 85%. It will stimulate the epidermal cell differentiation, because it's one thing that I'm just making the skin produce new cells, but I need those new cells to start becoming exactly the cell that I need them to be. So every single cell, as I was explaining earlier, has its own different role in our skin. So I need them very quickly to become exactly the cell that they are programmed to be and to start having their function. And that is made by up to plus 244% more. We're going to reinforce the skin barrier up to 36% with the ceramides that are this natural compound in our skin that protect us. We're going to reactivate the natural exfoliation of the skin up to 56%. And last but not least, the special effect that I'm very keen on, we're going to have this active protection of the skin microflora, its microbiome that I was explaining earlier, up to minus 30% decrease in wrinkles. So with just one active ingredient, a very special one, trademark active ingredient, we have lots and lots of benefits in our skin and in our treatment. If we're talking about a mature skin at the age of 50, our skin needs 44% more time to renew itself. Can you imagine that? So if in the beginning of our life, in our youth, maybe in 28 days, I'm sure you've learned that in cosmetic school as well, you had a brand new skin. Now it takes almost half a longer time to renew itself. With a Reviview, we are boosting the skin rejuvenation, but in a holistic way. So we are using this plant extract with proven efficiency to have all of this wonderful action in the skin. And I really like these pictures, because obviously we have all of our skin layers, and here in particular we are talking about the epidermal layer, so the first layer in our skin. And you can see that actually our first layer is our skin microbiome. So that's going to be right there on top of our skin. Very important, these little soldiers protecting our skin, and they are there for our defense. And of course, then our epiderm has different layers in which we have the stratum corneum, we have the cells producing the pigment that are also important for the protection of our skin, the basal layer, and so on. Look before using this extract how the skin looked. Okay, it was dry, uneven, with wrinkles. And then look at the order that the Reviview has done in the skin. It has come and completely changed everything. So every single cell has been regenerated. It has now it has been differentiated in its own role. So every single one, as you see here, you have the microflora, the cellular removal, corneocytes, you have the keratinocytes, the stem cells, every single one of them, it's at its right place and doing its job. So you have here a healthy skin that obviously will be moisturized, it's going to be smooth and without wrinkles. And this is just by using one single ingredient. But we have more, of course. So in order to offer a specific answer to different types of skin imperfection, because we have already understood that we are talking here about plenty of skin imperfection, we have made our Resurface cosmetic range, professional cosmetic range, divided into 3 progressive treatments. So there are 3 paths that you can follow using some of the products of the range in order to answer to all of these skin needs that you may have. The first one, we call it Fresh Up, and I'm going to explain it to you in detail. Second one, Pro Age, and I'm sure you already understood it's a more anti-aging effect on the skin. And the third one, Skin Refine, that is fighting against anti-imperfection. So either we're talking about acne scars, or we're talking about spots, that was the word I was missing, or this kind of imperfections. And we are doing this through something we called acid complex. Acid complex is basically hydroxy acids. I'm sure you have heard about them before, that have been widely used in professional skincare, regeneration treatment for years. And they are designed to retexturize the skin, to smooth the surface, to make all those beauty imperfections go away. And in line with this very advanced type of products used in the medical and aesthetical field, Resurface 2 has combined glycolic acid, mandelic acid, and gluconolactone, that together, with perfect combination, with perfect percentages and pH associated to these percentages, have a very, very strong action on the skin, while fully, safely respecting the skin's natural balance. And let's take them one by one quickly. First of all, glycolic acid. I'm sure it's not a new acid that I'm showing you today. Plenty of many of you have heard about glycolic acid. I'm sure you're using it because it's one of the best known hydroxy acids. Why is it so loved? Because it has a very small structure. So therefore, it's going to penetrate quite in-depth the skin. And it's really going to promote the cell renewal process, not only on the surface of the skin, but also to the other skin layers. Obviously, after the epiderm, we're talking about the dermis. And in the dermis, we have all the most important processes happening in our skin. And one of them is the production of proteins like collagen and elastin and hyaluronic acid and so on and so forth. Glycolic acid helps to stimulate the production of, for instance, new collagen. So you're going to have a big, strong improvement in the appearance of wrinkles, dark spots, scar issues, and so on. This glycolic acid, and then we're going to take the products one by one, so I don't really need to go into details about the percentage now. What I can tell you is that we are using the very top percentage that we are allowed by law in order to be very effective with its pH associated as well. Second, second acid that we are using in this acid complex is the mandelic acid. Again, I'm sure you have heard about it. This one has a much more bigger molecular structure than the glycolic acid. It is very effective on wrinkles. So obviously, by having this big molecular weight rather than the glycolic, is going to have a more superficial, if I can call it like that, action. So it's going to work right on the surface of the skin, just removing those wrinkles like we do in Photoshop. Okay, we're going to work also on different dark spots, acne scars again. It is a wonderful active ingredient. I don't know if you knew this. For those who have large pores, so many of our clients, I also have many of these clients with this problem. So they have these large pores, and they are quite unpleasant also visually, but they go to impure skin, they create blackheads and so on. So with mandelic acid, you really have a very nice effect on this type of beauty imperfection. But it has obviously a gentler action than compared to the glycolic acid. is less irritating, so you're going to have less redness, less tingling, burning in the skin. And normally this mandelic acid is much well tolerated. It's better tolerated for, let's call it a more relatively sensitive skin, because we have many patients of this kind as well. Actually, in the medical field is used this mandelic acid together with other ingredients, of course, to treat rosacea and inflammatory non-cystic acne. So it's a well-selected active ingredient because it allows us with the Resurface line to work also on more specific sensitive skin that normally we could not do. Gluconolactone is one of the most innovative of all hydroxy acids. I'm sure maybe you have heard about it. It's naturally found in our skin, especially in young people's skin. And it's acid that regulates the cellular renewal process. In cosmetic products, we basically use this because it reduces the appearance of irritation, tingling, itching. It has a strong antioxidant property, so it's a very, very good addition to our acid complex for Resurface. Then we have the HA anti-irritant system that basically is betaine. That is the main ingredient in this system. This is an amino acid that is quite often used to lessen the dermal sensitivity or sensitizing of the skin. It's highly humectant. It really, really loves water. So what it does here is really maintaining the skin hydration, because obviously if I'm going to come with strong peelings on the surface of the skin, I'm also going to dehydrate it. By using this active ingredient that has this very calming, soothing, moisturizing effect, I'm fighting against, obviously, the unpleasant side effects that I will have by using strong acids on the skin. So actually, this is, and you're going to see we have a special product that is full of this ingredient. It's really a strong asset to our peeling range, to our resurface range, because it really helps you maintain the health of the skin even after doing one of the most strong peelings that you can do in your cosmetic cabinet. More than that, we are using azelaic acid. Again, you see, I'm sure you know it's extracted from cereals, and this one is mostly used for sensitive, acne-prone skin. It fights against the proliferation of the bacteria that are creating acne. It has a lot of antioxidant benefits in the skin. It reduces redness and overall sensitivity due to acne. So actually, it has a wonderful effect on this problematic skin. And it also has a strong effect on inhibiting tyrosinase. This is an enzyme in our skin that is copper-based and has a lot to do with the melanin inside of the skin. So it's a very, very good ingredient for treating cases of hyperpigmentation. So whenever we have this problem, azelaic acid is one of the ingredients that is really going to work on that type of skin and also on post-acne scarring. Vitamin PP or B3, I'm sure you know it. It has many benefits in our skin. So it's going to accelerate, first of all, the healing process. Again, it's going to boost the cell differentiation. It's sebum normalizing, anti-inflammatory. It stimulates the collagen and elastin production. So it's also an anti-aging ingredient. And it improves the skin barrier function, making it stronger. Ferulic acid, this is another quite interesting ingredient because it's an incredible antioxidant. So it really fights against free radicals and is really a wonderful anti-age ingredient. You can find it in citrus fruits and oats. Another ingredient that we're using is the epidermal growth factor. That is a natural ingredient, if I can say so, in our body, in our skin. And this one will deeply stimulate the production of new collagen and elastin, and also stimulate blood flow, more blood flow, fresh blood to the surface of our skin, means more oxygen, means more nutrients, means healthier tissue, and also is going to strengthen the skin barrier. So you're going to have a more youthful skin, really revitalized. So of course, all the ingredients are working towards a healthier, better looking skin. Have you heard about retinol? So we cannot talk about a line that is going to exfoliate without talking about retinol. I'm sure many of you were expecting this ingredient, also known as the vitamin E, and it has many derivatives. So it's used a lot in cosmetic, in medicine. Vitamin E has amazing effects on the skin because it's going to diminish the fine lines, the deep wrinkles. It's really going to be a boost for the increase of collagen production and overall tone and texture. But vitamin E or retinol has many, unfortunately, side effects. So you have to be very careful with this type of ingredient. Our laboratory has really tested and found the perfect solution for the downside of this ingredient. So we're using this Vitalease. I love the name. Okay, that is a new form of encapsulated retinol. What does it mean encapsulated? It means that it's delivered to the skin very safely, and then it's going to be slowly released over time. So you're not going to get a full-on dose of retinol all of a sudden, so the skin is going to go crazy, but you're going to really have this slow over time release of the vitamin E, of the retinol, having all the wonderful effects, like I was saying, the basically the skin renewal, the increasing in collagen production, but with no side effects. So we're not talking here about, again, having your skin peeling off, so desquamating, no discomfort. So this type of retinol is not going to, once you apply the product, give you that tingling, that redness, that itchiness, and all those unpleasant effects. Since this, we made this special, as I was saying, encapsulation made from this carnois wax. So it's a lipid-based ingredient, antioxidant. Since retinol is a fat-soluble molecule, finding a lipid carrier is the perfect match for it. You're going to have the best results. And as I was mentioning earlier, obviously, we want to prove everything that we are saying to you. So in this chart, you see one of the clinical tests for the penetration of this Vitalease in the skin. So in this case, we have 2%. So you're going to think, okay, 2% doesn't really seems like a lot. Well, actually, this is a stabilized formula of 2%, and compared to here free retinol of 7%, by having it encapsulated, actually you have a better effect on the skin, because as I was explaining, it is first of all achieving a much more in-depth penetration of the active ingredient, and also has this long-lasting delivery over time that really gives you a strong effect. This microencapsulated retinol is done in this carnauba wax that is an ingredient specially found and formulated to preserve all retinol's properties. is known as well as Brazil wax, and it derives from these leaves of the Brazilian tropical palm tree, Copernicea pronifera, if you want in Latin, to learn a little bit of Latin. And as I was saying, it really makes the retinol slowly released in the skin with very effective effects, but with a very, very safe and tolerable effect on the skin if you compare it to other types of retinol used in the cosmetic products in the market. Okay, so plenty of active ingredients, all very carefully selected to have a very strong effect, to have that exfoliation we were talking about, to get rid of the wrinkles, to get rid of those dark spots, to really make your skin new again, but also respecting the skin natural defenses, respecting the skin microbiome, respecting the skin barrier function. So therefore, at the end of the treatment, you do not only have a new skin, you do not only have a younger looking skin, but you have a more healthy skin that you had in the beginning. The professional treatment, as I was saying earlier, has these 3 steps that we are proposing that will help you a little bit personalize the treatment, first of all, and then, of course, really take care of the beauty imperfection that your clients have come to you in your cabin. Fresh Up, Pro Age, and Skin Refine. Fresh Up, it's designed to be an initial treatment that is going to be of 2 sessions to prepare the skin for the following specific exfoliating treatments that are going to be much more strong in action. So it can be for clients who just have a loss of radiance, an uneven complexion. Even think about somebody who has an event tomorrow or next week, so they really want to have this much more healthy looking, radiant, and even complexion. Pro Age, on the other hand, is a specific treatment designed to fight, obviously, as the name says it, wrinkles, signs of aging, this dual complexion with a lot of dyschromias, so due to aging. It contains 4 treatments, 2 of medium intensity and 2 with a very high intensity. You're going to understand it in a second once I will explain the products. But of course, as a main target is going to be anti-aging treatment for those with wrinkles and visible signs of aging. And the third possibility that we have with Resurface is the Skin Refine approach. This is the treatment that is going to fight against imperfection, so skin discoloration, acne scars, uneven texture, and also will be made out of 2 medium intensity sessions with 2 high intensity sessions, so a total of 4 professional treatments. So the package has been designed to achieve these gradual results. So it's not that I'm from the first session, I'm going to go on with all my full battle on the skin. I'm going to take it gradually. So I'm going to start always with Fresh Up. And then I'm going to decide if I'm going to go to Skin Refine, Pro Age, or to the Skin Refine. Okay. Total more or less 35 minutes, frequency once a week. I want to emphasize the fact that our products are very, very strong, effective products with very strong active ingredients. Therefore, you do not need to perform more than 1 session a week. So 1 session a week should be enough for you to achieve the desired results. Okay, I already explained. So Fresh Up is an initial treatment just to prepare the skin. Then you have Pro Age with these different intensities, or Skin Refine. Now, let's see the products. I think this is the most important thing. Then you can mix and match and understand how to perform the treatments. The first professional product that we are using in our treatment is the preparatory exfoliation lotion that has a Revivil, glycolic acid, gluconolactone, and also the HA anti-irritant system. How we're going to use it, we're just going to apply the product because it has this pump dispenser on cotton pads, and we're going to just apply it to the face slowly. We're not going to be in a hurry, just to let the skin sink in and take all those active ingredients. Very important information. We have 5% combined acid, so the glycolic acid and the gluconolactone, at a pH of 3.5. So quite strong now from the beginning, just to start having this exfoliating effect, to remove the residues of the skin, impurities, sebum, and obviously to prepare the skin for the following treatment that we're going to perform. Okay, and then we have calibrated exfoliation. For the fresh up phase, we're going to have this ultra regenerating peeling powder that is going to be activated with its own activator. And then for the following procedures, we have either the Skin Refine or the Pro Age product that are this combined action of 20 or 40%. So obviously two different products that we're going to use gradually, but let's take them one by one. The Ultra Regenerating Peeling Powder is a wonderful powder of this blend of grounded herbs and algae. I really, really like this product. It has keratolytic regenerating properties, and it's going to be used with the next product that we're going to see, that is the exfoliating activator. You're going to have a special spoon, or you probably already have one in your beauty salon. So you just take 1 spoon of this powder full of all of these ingredients, plus 10 milliliters of the exfoliating activator. You're going to get this wonderful emulsion, and you're going to apply it on the face. Obviously, always taking care of avoiding the eye and lip area. This, I think, is quite clear for everybody. You're going to leave it on the skin for some minutes, and then you're going to remove it. If you have, just a small tip from my side, since I've been really enjoying playing with this product, if you have a very, how should I say, thick skin, okay, that really needs regenerating, you can also play with maybe with your fingertips, but I normally use a gauze on my fingertips. So while I'm just waiting a little bit for the product to act, I'm also, but very gentle, just playing on the skin. It's going to be much more pleasant for the customer, but the effect of the product is actually going to be increased. So take note of this little tip I'm giving you, because it actually works. Okay. Then we have the combined acid concentrate, medium. So once we have done the fresh up, now we are going to have more intensive action on the skin. In this case, we're going to use the 20% acid complex. In here, we're going to have the glycolic, the mandelic, the gluconolactone, so all of them, plus the azelaic acid, and of course, our HA anti-irritant system and Revivil. So you have a pool of active ingredients concentrated on specifically exfoliating that skin that has discoloration, that is after acne. It really has an uneven texture, spots, and so on and so forth. And this acid concentrate is going to be used, obviously, for the Skin Refine treatment of medium intensity. Once I have done 2 sessions with 20%, I can proceed to the next level, that is high, that is the combined acid concentrate high with 40%, as you see it written onto the packaging. So this is really the intensive exfoliation moment of our treatment. You still have the same pool of active ingredients I was mentioning earlier, but obviously at a more higher percentage with a 3% pH that you know that is the lowest allowed by law to be used in the aesthetical cabin. Believe me, is really, really effective. Okay, 5 ml of this acid. If I'm talking about the Pro Age approach, I'm going to have the same, again, approach. So I'm going to have the 20% acid complex for the Pro Age that has the glycolic and the gluconolactone acids, ferulic acid this time, and of course the HA anti-irritant system and Revivil. Once I have done 2 sessions with this one, I'm going to go to the high concentrate combined acid of 40% with the same active ingredients, but obviously with a stronger percentage in terms of acids. I'm going to remove them from the skin, obviously. Just a small, again, tip from my side, and just to make sure I really, really emphasize this. When using acid concentrate products, please have a safe way of applying them. So obviously I'm going to just put my 5 ml in a small bowl with a brush, not a very thick brush, because then it's going to really eat all of my products. So I need to have a more delicate brush. I'm going to start applying it from the forehead, okay, on the left side or on the right side. Then I'm going to go under the eyes, on the cheeks. So careful not to go close to the eyes and on the lips. So I'm going to again have my movements outwards, so from the cheeks outwards from the center. And then lastly, apply to the nose, side of the nose, and around the lips. So this is the proper way of working. And again, I'm going to mention the fact that if you want, especially when you have somebody with a more sensitive skin or just a sensitive person, they really want to feel that we are there with them, not just leaving them for 10 minutes without without our hands, because 10 minutes is the time that these peelings should act on the skin. Then you can have this very delicate brush in which you can really work a little bit onto the skin, obviously always being careful not to touch the eyes. You can also apply 2 cotton pads, so it's much safer that way, and it's more pleasant for the client. But by just working with these brushes very, very gently onto the skin, you're going to increase the effectiveness of the product, because obviously you're going to make them penetrate much faster and better the skin, but it's also going to be a little bit more pleasant for the customer. Once this is done, so once I have waited my 10 minutes and obviously the combined acids have worked on the skin, I need to neutralize them. So I have my special neutralizing lotion that, what a surprise, it is full of the HA anti-irritant system. So it's going to be anti-irritant and cell-protective. Therefore, after I have done the strong exfoliation, I'm coming to the skin and I'm just taking care of all those chemical mediators I was explaining earlier. And I'm going to make sure that the skin doesn't dehydrate and doesn't have all those side effects I would normally have on by using strong peelings. Then another important product that we have in the professional range is the intensive soothing serum. So this is a 30 ml serum full of beta-glucagon, bioflavonoids, the anti-redness peptide, that is the heptapeptide 10, sorry, and panthenol. So all of these are going to give comfort, relief to the skin that is a little bit irritated by exfoliant. So its characteristic is to soothe the skin, and you're going to use more or less 1 ml, so 1 full pipette. and you're just going to massage it into the skin. After that, you're going to have the soothing rebalancing mask. So this is a wonderful mask with a zinc oxide. So it has that white color and let's say rich texture. It rebalances the irritated skin and the skin pH. So it's really a soothing mask for the skin that is gonna, if by any chance you still had some, maybe a little bit of tingling in the skin, it's going to go away by applying this mask. 8 ml, more or less. So imagine you have a 250 ml mask, so it's going to last you forever. 10 minutes is the full period that you should leave the mask onto the skin. Some small tips about how to remove this mask would be to just go over it a little bit with your fingers, just massage it a little bit, and then use a spatula, a soft spatula, just to remove the excess of product, and then all the residues that maybe are still remaining on the skin, you can remove them with water. But I would really advise you to use the spatula, because then it really it's much easier to remove it from the skin. Okay, and then you're going to have targeted action on the skin. So I've done my exfoliation, I put the serum just to calm the skin, I put the mask, and now I have special serums that have special specific action on the skin, and they are 3. You have the rebalancing serum that will have the azelaic acid plus vitamin PP. So it's going to have a purifying and uniforming action on the skin. So I'm going to obviously use it in the skin refine treatment. Once I apply it, I'm anticipating a little bit the home care products. I'm going to explain to the client that this is the product they should be using at home as well, just to continue the treatment because of the ingredients. So here I'm going to again use just 4 or 5 drops from the serum, just massaging them in the skin, obviously always taking care of avoiding the eye and lip area. Or I could use the epidermal growth factor serum that is obviously with a strong anti-age effect on the skin to have a more firm, supple, radiant skin. So this one, obviously, I'm going to use it for the pro-age approach in the cabin and as well at home. One ingredient I really like from this serum is the resurrection sugar, or trehalose, sorry. This is a special ingredient that really has very strong hydrating and protective action on the cells of our skin. I really like it. It has a very nice story behind it if you have the time to just search a little bit about it. And overall, the serum really has a strong anti-aging effect. And then you're going to have the retinol one with this pure retinol micro-encapsulated. So this is going to really have either for skin refine or pro-age, but once you get to the more intensive phase, it's really going to renew the skin. Remember, because the retinol is encapsulated, you're not going to have the unwanted effects. You're going to have this slow, gradual release of the retinol in the skin that is going to really give you a wonderful effect. Then we have our wonderful professional cream, the rebalancing cream. It's just 1 ml should be more than enough to use. It's an excellent base for makeup. It has a broad spectrum of protection, UVA, UVB. My recommendation for you for this specific product is not massaging it into the skin. So once I've applied the serum, I just take 1 ml of this cream. I'm just going to make sure it's evenly applied on the surface of the skin, but I'm not gonna massage it too much. And as you can see, it has plenty of wonderful active ingredients, including hyaluronic acid, urea that is going to restore the skin pH and also make it very soft, allantoin, panthenol, and of course the HA anti-irritant system. So the phases, even though it seems a lot, believe me, it's very, very simple. I'm going to start up with 1 or 2 sessions of fresh up. So that's all the steps I've just mentioned earlier without the soothing serum. Then I'm going to have the Pro Age 2 sessions with the 20% combined acids, of course. And session 5 and 6, so 2 more sessions with a strong peeling of 40%. Or after the fresh up sessions that are always recommended in the beginning, I'm going to have session 3 and 4, so 2 sessions of skin refine with 20% combined acids, and then another 2 treatments with a combined acids of 40%. Quite easy to follow, and you're really going to see from each session to another a strong improvement in the skin. Okay, and of course you have all the explanation, and Christina has prepared for you a lot of materials that are very, very easy to follow in order to perform the treatments. In terms of contraindications, because obviously here we are talking about acids, always suspend the treatment with sun exposure, sunbeds 15 days before and 15 days after the end of the treatment. In any case, use always a professional cream with a broad spectrum of filters, high filters, obviously. In the cabin, we are using some tools, some soft face brush, some spatula, small for just taking the powder, some dosing. So all of this you can discuss later on with Christina about all these gadgets to be used in the cabin. And of course, we have all these wonderful materials to be used in the Beauty Institute, to be used for you, training materials, training manual, because obviously you really need them in order to be able to perform the treatments, and just to remind yourself sometimes about the products and ingredients. For home care, we have some wonderful products. So we have an exfoliating cleansing cream. It's to be used morning, it's to be used evening. Just use a cotton pad, apply onto dry skin in circular motion until the makeup is gone, together with all the other impurities of the skin, and no need to rinse it off. So it's quite easy and very quick product to be used. It contains the micro-encapsulated, this time salicylic acid, so it's going to really promote that removal of dead skin cells, and you're really going to have a more smooth and smooth skin. You're going to have a toner, so the regenerating exfoliating toner that is going to have the Revivil, the acid complex of glycolic and gluconolactone, so with exfoliating and anti-aging effect on the skin. And this specific product, of course, with the cleanser, you cannot just use the toner, is to be used also starting 1 week before the professional treatment, and of course throughout the whole professional treatment period. So if I know that with one of my patients, I'm going to start, especially now the summer is gone, so the weather is going to allow us to perform these treatments even much more safely. If I know I'm going to start this type of treatment with one of my patients, I'm going to give them already the products to be used at home, especially this one, so they can already start using them 1 week before starting the professional treatments. And then, as I was explaining earlier, we have the 3 serums with targeted action, and they are actually wonderful because they are made in such a quantity that actually it lasts for 2 weeks if you use it correctly. So if I start with Fresh Up, or with I'm doing Skin Refine or Pro Age, I always have the perfect product to give to my customer at home. So if I'm doing Fresh Up and Skin Refine, I have the azelaic acid plus vitamin PP, that is the rebalancing serum. Or Fresh Up with Pro Age, I have the AGF, so the epidermal growth factor that has a strong anti-aging effect, so skin renewal. Or I can use, but that's later on, okay, the Skin Refine and Pro Age, that is the micro-encapsulated retinol, remember, with the strong effect of renewing the skin. And these are the products, one by one, that I'm going to give to the customer according to the step of the professional treatment I have now achieved with them. And here you have them. I have already explained them earlier, so it's not that I'm going to go over them once more, but they are really perfectly made for the specific steps of the professional treatment and also to be used at home. We have the SPF 50, of course, very, very important micro-exfoliating cream. So to be used during the day, obviously, is with a free of alcohol perfume formulation. So it has a very high tolerance, high protection if we're talking about 50 SPF. And it has a wonderful texture because it has this very late generation of filters. So it's really going to protect your skin, especially during this period in which you are doing the professional treatments. And I must tell you now that we arrived to my favorite product of all the range, if I'm allowed to say it, because I could eat this cream. I absolutely adore it. Is the Chica Ceramides cream. Chica comes from the Centella asiatica, so it's this tiger grass, maybe you know it under this name. That is this Asian herb that is very well known. It's renowned for in Chinese medicine for its healing properties and also anti-aging ones. So this specific product that you can use during the night, it really has a wonderful effect of anti-reddening, soothing, repairing the skin. It's full of these ceramides. You know that ceramides are natural components of our skin that protects us. Again, they are the fence that is going to have a strong effect of defending our skin. So this particular cream is going to restore, repair, rebalance the skin, especially during this period in which we are creating a very strong exfoliation. I love it. I use it all the time, not only when I'm doing this type of exfoliation on my skin, because I do it, but since I have a very hectic lifestyle, I must say, if you want me, I can share with you the fact that this month I have only 20 flights that I have to be on. So my skin really needs to be soothed and regenerated and needs a little bit of help. So I'm giving you this example, but I'm going to come back to it because I really want you to understand that this line is actually suitable for all of your clients. It's not only a line in which you do exfoliation. So if I'm not doing exfoliation, okay, it's not good for my customers. Actually, you can really play with it in so many situations that you cannot even imagine. Okay, some more information about the Chica Ceramides cream. As I was saying, it's really a wonderful product. It promotes the growth of fibroblasts. You know that the fibroblasts are the cells responsible for synthesis of proteins like collagen and elastin and hyaluronic acid. So a very important cell in our dermis. Therefore, by promoting the growth of fibroblasts, you're going to have an increased production of collagen, of fibronectin, so you're going to have improved elasticity. It's going to be a much more strong barrier function in the skin. So it's really strong, not only as soothing for the skin, but also as an anti-aging product. Okay. I was saying earlier about the clinical test. We did them, of course, and we had a very careful medical history of every patient. We had an analysis of them, so not everybody was allowed to be included in the study. Of course, maybe I should share this with you because actually it's a quite interesting information that I learned throughout the years of doing this clinical test. Once you start to be participant in one of these kind of clinical tests, you have to sign, of course, many documents, but one of them states the fact that you oblige yourself. I don't know if maybe this is a correct English word, but I'm sure you're gonna understand me, okay? To not change anything in your normal routine. So you're just going to go ahead with your life as you normally did and normally are, because we want to really follow and measure the effects that the products are having without you changing anything in your lifestyle. So this is something important because this type of behavior from the patient really proves the actual efficiency of the product. And of course, the instrumental tests are non-invasive diagnostics. Okay, very important thing for contraindication of the line. So we cannot skip this part because actually it's quite important. This is not the range of products that we're going to use for pregnant women or women who are breastfeeding. So we just want to wait till that period of time is over and then we can come back to it. Specific allergies to one of the ingredients, other skin diseases involving face. Now, I've just mentioned a lot of skin imperfection that we are treating, but of course we are never ever going to use such strong peelings on a skin that is ill, that has a disease, that has open wounds. So all of these, but I'm sure you know it already, are contraindication for the usage of peelings. Active infection, autoimmune diseases, for instance, lupus, that's something that we should be careful with. I already mentioned some hypersensitivity to one of the ingredients, or careful with the use of a retinoid in the previous 4 weeks. But of course, we have to ask and do a very careful analysis of our patient before performing this type of treatment. In types of what we used to measure the efficiency of the products, we are using all of these specific, not us, but the Institute from Naples, all of these moisture metered EPD or the other machine that has the capacity of evaluate the color of the skin. That is the spectrocolorimeter that basically can evaluate the degree of erythema, so redness in the skin. Sebometer, I'm sure you understand from the name what it does. So it will measure the quantity of sebum present onto the skin surface, because it will reflect the light. We are using skin ultrasound scan, so this is going to evaluate properly the density in the skin, and so on and so forth, together with a skin biopsy in vivo, so on tissue. Results. Reduction of skin discoloration, if we're talking about the ProAge treatment, in 4 sessions, 60% reduction. In 6 sessions, so you can do more, 90%. Increase in radiance, if we're talking about 6 sessions, we have a 95% increase in radiance, as well as reduction in wrinkles and 100% of increase in skin density. So the results speak for themselves. And here is a picture, quite quite obvious, I would say. So before we can observe, first of all these dyschromias and dark spots, we can also see the deep wrinkles. You can see that is mature skin in this case. And after the finish of the professional cure of treatments, we can see much more even complexion, and the reduction in the wrinkles is really, really amazing. For skin refine, we are talking about the regulation of the sebum secretion by 80%, reduction in scars by 90%, increase in radiance 95%, and in skin texture 100%. And here is another picture that really, really speaks to us by far of the result you can achieve with this treatment. You see all these post-acne scars, all these dyschromias that after 6 sessions are completely gone. We also did a satisfaction questionnaire, and 100% of the models declared that they are very satisfied with the end results and that they didn't experience no side effects. So from a dermatological point of view, this line is safe. It has an excellent tolerability on the skin and is highly, highly efficient. Materials, I was saying earlier, you have plenty to choose from. The image is quite beautiful, and it speaks for itself. You really understand with the pipette and the clinical medical approach that you are talking about highly concentrated ingredients with a very strong effect on the skin. But about materials, I'm sure Christina can tell you more about it. She's here to really, I will let her finish our meeting because I'm not finished yet. She can give you a lot of details about how you can try these products, and how, if you are not already using them, how you can improve the way you are working, or how you can start using them. I was saying earlier that is a very versatile line, the Refine. These products are really highly effective on the skin, and you can really, like I like to say, play with them with many situations and cases in what you are doing in your cabin. In my personal academy and cabin, I'm using them for a lot of situations. So I have no limitation, if I can say that, at the age, because I have very young patients and I have obviously very mature skin. I'm using a lot of machines, and I love machine and technologies as well, because I really want to be very effective. And the products are really helping me achieve the best results possible. Without them, and without the help of a very highly strong, calibrated, professional product, you cannot achieve the wanted results. I can do injections, I can do microneedling, I can do laser, but the health of the skin, that is the most important thing, and it's really gonna accompany me for the rest of my life, and it's going to make the aging process very beautiful, and it's going to help me have a wonderful skin. Is not going to be achieved by just doing a very invasive procedure. That's a quick fix, but tomorrow or next month or in 2 months' time, all the other problems are going to come back. So always the help and the support of a strong professional cosmetic brand, a dermatocosmetic brand, is really going to make the difference for you and for your clients. Now, I have no words to thank you for your participation. I'm so happy to have the possibility of meeting you even online for the moment. We are very happy to have Christina and all the team of Intercosmetics with us, and they are our distributor for many years, and we are very happy to have them as our partners. They are doing a great job there in Canada. And we are here for you to give you all the support that you need in order to really have the best results with your patients, and to enjoy your wonderful work that you are doing day by day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. That was wonderful. Very good. So we have some questions, which is great. I'm going to go through them very quickly. So what is a question was a dermocosmetic versus medical grade. So a dermocosmetic is defined as one using specific peptides and cosmeceutical ingredients. But of course, to be truly medical grade, it needs to meet all those criteria that Alexandra covered in her slides, which included the ISO certification being number one. You cannot buy a drug in Canada without it having the ISO certification. And then, of course, the clinical testing, the results, all those things are very important. That's what makes science science. Proven results, clinical research based on science. Unfortunately, in our industry, we do find that at times we are offered skincare and they claim it to be a medical grade. But in actual reality, when you search a little further into that line, perhaps you might find that, yes, they could have used some dermocosmetics in there. They might have used some cosmeceuticals in there, but it is not meeting all the criteria for it to be a truly medical grade. And perhaps it's just a marketing choice of the company to say, well, we only sell to doctors, but the product or to medical spas. But the reality is that the product might not meet all the criteria that we now should understand from having followed our seminar. What exactly do you need for it to be a truly medical product? And I can safely say that all the Diego de la Palma products are, at least in the skincare range, not the makeup, but in the skincare range, a medical grade.
Okay.
The price, yes.
No, I completely agree. And I think that's what's one thing that makes a difference with EDP Professional with many, many, many other brands. So you really take care of some skin, I could call them also diseases, and really
Yes.
more than imperfection, and really get the result you want without side effects.
Exactly. Yeah. And our industry has really progressed, obviously over the years. We are dwelling more and more into more, invasive procedures. And I don't mean invasive in the sense that they're bad for you, but invasive in the sense that we now know that the skin is a live organ that really absorbs everything. And that is why we're also really advocating for more safe cosmetics, because again, it's not enough to offer you a product that really works, but it must be safe. Can we know price brochure? Yes, we have price lists. Please reach out to us, sales@Intercosmetics. You can email us at the same address where you registered. Contact our offices. We have 3 locations, and any one of them can help you with that. The price point of the Resurface line is very reasonable and affordable for most clients. I would say it's a medium range price point. So I think it's very good for that reason. Is a peel good for colored skins? Absolutely, yes. It is good for all skins, 1 to 6. And here we're talking about Fitzpatrick scale. Yeah. In fact, it's one of the safest for colored skin.
Wonderful. I would add to this that we had tests done also on color skin, and we have so many distributors all over the world, so they're not going to be the first using it. And yes. The results are really, really nice. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take the next question because I really like it. If
Perfect.
The azelaic acid found in wheat can be used also on the clients with celiac disease. I understand the question, so it's
beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a disease that unfortunately has more incidence today than ever. The good news is that yes, it can be used because actually, contrary to what you may think, the azelaic acid is gluten-free. So for people who have, unfortunately, the celiac disease, they can use the range without any issues.
Very good.
Okay.
And the retina, can you take the next one because you have a lot of experience with laser?
Yeah, I love lasers and I'm a laser specialist. So retinol won't affect the laser treatment. Of course, even if we're talking about retinol that has a slow release in the skin, as we are already talking, it's not suitable to use both. Tomorrow do the laser and do retinol based products in the same day. So if I want to do lasers, especially for skin rejuvenation, or I want to use them for dark spots or whatever I'm using them, I can prepare the skin before, and that will be great. Wait some days, some week, and then use the product. And the other way around. See if I want to do a laser for maybe removing of dark spots or whatever I'm trying to do. I'm going to do the procedure, wait for some days, probably 10, 15 days, and then I can start my cure of treatment with the product that we have just seen. So not in the same immediate vicinity, not in the same day, because obviously, even though we're talking about the retinol that is with a slow release, we are talking also about other acids. So we don't want to push the skin too much to over the limit. Okay, we want to have a healthy approach on it.
Yeah, we want the laser to work, and then about 10 days later, we can start with the retinol.
Exactly.
Okay, and how do we use the products with IPL and resurfacing devices? Same thing, right?
It's the same, exactly, because IPL at the end of the day is it's a light, okay, so it's a beam of light that has different properties than laser, but still is a strong, even more strong effect, because it works in different bands, so it's going to also have an effect on the water in the skin, on the hemoglobin, on the eumelanin. So I really don't want to push the skin over over the edge, so I'm going to first do that and then come back to my professional treatments. Wonderful questions.
All right, and if there's nothing else, then we do have an opening order of the Resurface line. It is very affordable to receive just one of each product, professional, and one of each retail. We're looking at 800 and, give me 1 second. We're looking at a total investment of only $883. That includes our tax in Ontario. So very, very reasonable. If any of you are interested, please reach out and we would be more than happy to discuss your particular needs. And again, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. I should mention also that we will be seeing Alexandra again in the very near future, because we will be launching, DDP will be launching a brand new sensitive line dedicated not only to sensitive skins, but also to skins that have rosacea, and more importantly, for skins that are, or individuals that are affected by cancer. And it's an oncology line, oncology treatments. So we will have very, very specific products to deal with this particular problem. And I'm very excited to say that I've tried some of the products and they're amazing. So I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing Alexandra again. And that is what we will be discussing at our next seminar. Please look forward to our emails in regards to this, because there are so many people out there who have this problem with what skincare to use during and after, oncology treatments. Also pregnancy and lactating women. This is a very important part of our society, women having babies and experiencing, wanting to use a product that is okay for them to work with on their skin during pregnancy, and of course, while they're breastfeeding. Okay, well, thank you very much and have yourselves a great day. Thank you.
Thank you from my side as well. Have a lovely day.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.